G'day everybody and welcome to another All Things Essendon video. Hope you all had a really good weekend and well, it wasn't as bad as we thought it was going to be, did we? On a wet and rainy Saturday afternoon at the SCG, scrappy sort of first half from the boys, looked like it might get ugly. We finally showed some fight in the second half and it went too far away from really being able to cause an upset victory. So yeah, in this episode we'll go through our round 21 game, who played well, who didn't, some talking points, go through some stats, and yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, we got a video coming tomorrow about Sam Draper as well, which will be a good one. So keep an eye out for that one. So quickly go to the result. Obviously, I think at halftime it was about 5 goals difference, and we managed to fight back in the second half. And the last 10 minutes looked like we might be able to cause a little bit of an upset. We had the momentum, but we just couldn't quite get enough goals. I think if Zach Merritt kicked that goal that just missed to the right-hand side goalpost, if that went through, it well could have been an upset on the cards. But a brave effort. I know we're probably sick of brave efforts and that sort of thing, but you got to give a bit of credit where it's due, and the boys did fight it out really well. So Essendon 7-12-54, Sydney 9-14-68. No multiple goal scorers, which is an odd one actually for the Bombers. So another 7 goals again. So I don't know if we kicked over 10 goals for at least a month now. So Clark with 1, Archer May 1, Perkins, Kako, Blackiston kicked his first goal in AFL footy, which is good to see. Redmond and Guelphy 1 as well. And then our leading disposal winners, McGrath with 26, Laverde, Durham 22, Roberts and Dersma with 21. So that's how it kind of looked on face value. Contested possessions we were really in. I think we only lost it by a few. We actually won the clearances, even though we got smashed in the hit-outs, and Grundy had a field day. So there is some positives there. Tackles were pretty good as well, tackle numbers. Just overall, they had a lot more of the ball than we did. And they're just a better side than we are right now. So that's probably really why the result ended up the way it did. So let's go into some talking points. So obviously the second half fight back was good to see. It was a bit of a sluggish start. Once again, though, and I'll talk about it a little bit further down the list here, but not taking our chances when we are having them, and we're turning it inside 50 or even inside 70 way too often. And been a feature of the Essendon season this year. But the second half fight back, the fight was definitely there. The young guys were definitely having a crack. Even your Merritts, your Durhams. Gresham had a decent game. McGrath. There was a few of them that really, even Dersma, really had a crack in the wet weather when that rain was coming down. Yeah, there's nothing worse than being out on a footy field when it's pissing down with rain. But the boys were really got stuck in there. We had the momentum in that last quarter, which we all of a sudden took our chances when we had them. And yeah, it was good to see. Hopefully, a bit more of that to finish off the season. But obviously, I don't like losing. I'm a bad loser, but we want the best traffic we can get. So, and obviously, would have been good if North could have beaten the Saints yesterday. Richmond got flogged as well, which hurts their percentage. So we're more than likely going to finish. I think it's fourth last in the end. So is what it is. But yeah, second half fight back was really good to see. Blackiston, next point here, has a future. He's raw and but he just has a crack, and he's pretty good with his kicks. He really tries to even take the handballs and kicks on that are real risky, and when they come off, they're really good. I thought he was decent in the ruck. He spent some time in the ruck as well on the weekend. Kicked his first goal. He missed one, which was an absolute shocker, but the one he kicked was really good. And yeah, I like him as a prospect. If I had the decision to keep either him or Goldie on the list next year, I'd be keeping Blackiston on the list after watching the last 2-3 weeks. We know he can play down back if need be. Now he's kicked a goal. He just gets in the right spots and has a crack, and he's learning the system really well. And yeah, I like the way he's like a smooth mover through traffic. He does look a bit panicky at times, but yeah, he's got some good skills on him for a 6 foot bloke, or more than that, probably 6'6" in the over 200 centimeters. So he's got some good skills for a tall lad, and he has a crack. So I think we're going to keep him on the list and keep him around. Third point here, Newham was not intimidated by Papley. I loved his debut. Like, I know he didn't get a lot of the ball, but he did not shy away from Papley and the match and the occasion at all. He just got dug in, had a real crack. He's really fast as well. He's actually like quite a quick player, which is good to see. And he's not scared to try and get under the opposition's skin, and we need more of that. I think at the Bombers, we don't do that enough. So him and Roberts, two players, young players going forward that do that and aren't afraid to be in the fight and in the contest and will stick up for their teammates and really try, show a bit of fight, which is good. And yeah, he beat Papley, I thought, on the day. And, those things like when Papley missed, he went up to him and gave him a bit of stick when he tried to be a smart ass and kick that soccer from the boundary line and missed it. He stood over him. I like that sort of stuff. Like, that's really good from a first gamer. So he's only got to improve from here. I think we've got to play him here on out for the rest of the year. And we might have another really good lockdown defender and a guy that can run off and learn that part of his game as he grows as an AFL player. And allowed Roberts to be able to play a bit more freely as well. So, yeah, and his old man, his father's speech before the game was just so humbling and a really cool experience. So, well done to the Newen family and Jaden himself. And yeah, hopefully a long career ahead for the young fella. One negative, I didn't want to make this podcast, or this not a podcast, is a video too negative, but the one negative I will talk about is the forward line issues. Just continually turning the ball over when we're going inside 50, and when we are inside 50, not taking chances, and that really separates the average teams to the really good teams. Is your Collingwoods, your Brisbanes, your Adelaides, Geelongs. You give them half a sniff on goal, more than likely they'll make you pay, and we're just not making teams pay at the moment. And then on the turnover, eventually the other team gets the momentum back and they kick 2 and 3, 4 goals, and then it's all over. So that's something we really got to look at. I know we got a really young team, so the forward line structure and the way we're going to play is just a mess. I think that's one of the major focuses we have to go in for next year, is working that out. Obviously, the rainy weather didn't help. Kind of quick kicks on the boot and that sort of thing, and they always Sydney are very good at getting numbers back. But still, it's something we've got to look at and then trying to improve over the summer with the newer guys. If we've got to play them, really work on a system that they can understand and know, and know how to execute really quickly, and see how we go with that next year. But the 4-line issues, just I think we scored pretty well from our inside 50s, but we didn't take the chance, especially early on in the game. Again, we were 2-7, 2-8, whatever it was at halftime. You make that 4 or 5 goals instead, you're right in that game. And when you get the momentum in the second half, you're not playing catch up, you're in front of the game. So that's something we definitely need to work on over the off season and working, hopefully get better at into next year. I want to know your thoughts on the game. Let me know down below. Any sort of thoughts on how we played, what you didn't like, what you did like, who played well, who didn't, all those sorts of things. Let me know down in the comments below. I love having a chat about Essendon stuff in the comments, so definitely comment if you've got anything to say, and appreciate it. So now to the votes. So looking at this now, I did this on Sunday, so the day after the game. Mason Redman should have had more than one vote after rewatching the game, but this is the way I'd done it instinctively after the game, so I thought I'd keep it that way. Sam Durran with the 5 votes. I thought he was so good again Saturday. He just really has a crack. He really gets in there. He had the most clearances for the Bombers. He had the most score involvements as well. So he deserves the 5 votes. He had 22 touches. Only the 1 tackle, but he had the 5 marks. Should have had a goal almost as well, but he was really good and deserved the 5 votes. Archie Roberts had an unbelievable game for a second-year player. He should be getting spoken about with the Rising Star more than he is. He's having a really good season in a team where you look at like your Ashcrofts. He's in a really good team. Of course, he's going to look good, and a couple of others there. But Archie's in a struggling team, and he's just really just shone this year and really showed he's going to be a player for the future for the Bombers, and he should be spoken about with the Ashcroft sort, with the Rising Star. But typical AFL media, he's not. But he's a player for us, and we got him as a late pick, so that's just an even better kind of steal there. He was really good. Good by foot. He's really poised when he has the footy as well. There was that play, I'm not sure which quarter it was in, but he kind of twisted around and done a couple of 360s, and no one tackled him, and he just was patient, found a bit of space, went for it, and found a nice kick. So that sort of stuff is really promising going forward, and I love Archie. He's going to be a really good player for us. Andy McGrath was pretty good again in the midfield. He had the most clearances for us. I think we're tied with Sam Durham. And yeah, it was just very good. He really got in, had a crack. He spent a lot of time on Heaney as well. He did have a lot of his possessions down back, but obviously he was had a lot of CBAs, was following Heaney around a fair bit, and I thought he did a pretty decent job and got a fair bit of the ball himself. He had our most disposals and our most tackles for the game. So, you don't often say that about too much about Andy McGrath. So credit where credit's due. He was very good yesterday, gets the 3. Dersma's just having a cracker season on the wing. He would have to be in our top 5 in the BNF, you would have thought, if not top 3. He's had a really consistent season, was very good again yesterday. He gets a 2. And Mason Redmond, as I mentioned before, he probably should have gone up a couple. I thought he was one of our best definitely yesterday. He took a lot of marks. I think he had our most contested marks, got in the right spots, used the ball better by foot on Saturday as well. So he deserves the 1 vote. And he's on the leaderboard after 3 rounds, even though we're towards the end of the year. But Zach Merritt on the 10, he's leading at the moment. Sam Durham 9, Archie Roberts 7, Andy McGrath and Dersma with 4 each. So with 4 games still left, long 4 games, but it's wide open. And yeah, that's just about it for today's episode. If you do like this sort of content, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. As I mentioned before, Sam Draper video coming out tomorrow. And then some more Essendon stuff as the week goes on with another preview. Might do another draft video sometime this week. So really appreciate the support. Hope you like the video. And we'll be back in touch soon. See ya.